Hey Deep Divers, welcome back to Deep Dive Disney. My name is Eric, and today we are doing another first time viewing of a film that I have never seen. We're watching The Misadventures of Merlin Jones, and just full disclosure, I had a cold when I filmed this, so I've actually gone back and I'm redoing this intro now. So I will be changing clothes miraculously, instantaneously when we get into the actual video. But we're going to be watching The Misadventures of Merlin Jones, starring Tommy Kirk and Annette. Let's go. I love 60s credits. They're always so fun. Ooh, that's terrifying. Never heard this song before. Didn't know it had a title song. I love how she just became Annette. Like, she didn't need a last name. She's like Madonna. Yeesh. It's so weird. Associate producer Ron Miller. Super fun already. Another Midvale. Okay, like so many movies take place, Disney movies take place in and around this college.
Hey, listen, Jen. The Letterman's Ball is next Saturday. It'll be the swingin'est deal of the
Sorry,
year.
Norman, I already have a date next Saturday.
And you're 45.
Jones?
Yes.
What's he got that I haven't got?
40 years left in his life.
You take last week's football game. Who scored the winning touchdown?
Who fumbled twice and cost us 2 touchdowns?
Ooh.
Could have happened to anyone.
Musclehead, you know, going after you is the first sign of intelligence he's ever shown.
Well, it won't do
Zing.
him any good.
Oh my. It must have been so fun to make props on movies like this where you could just do whatever you wanted and just go crazy with it. Like, we need a far out, way funky machine. Okay.
Even an activity like dancing must have a distinctive brainwave pattern.
That silver thing is literally just covered in colored pieces of tape. It's just colored pieces of tape, peeling up in some places. This already feels like a teenage, absent-minded professor. The doting girlfriend who, or the doting fiancé and absent-minded professor who just wants to keep him in check.
It's your turn now.
Me?
You put this.
Would fit over the hair? Ooh.
What's wrong?
I think she knows about you, Tommy. Ooh, green screening's come a long way, hasn't it?
You college kids gotta learn you can't fool around in traffic and get away with it.
Oh, well, we weren't fooling around, sir.
It's part of a scientific experiment.
What is he writing him up for? Driving while wearing a funny hat?
My brain puts out waves which are picked up on these electrodes.
Okay, college boy. Double talk won't do any good at all. You just sign here.
You quit being smart.
Merlin can explain, so can you, young lady. In front of Judge Holmesby.
Judge Holmes.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, no.
Made by electrical energy, given off by the brain during various periods of mental activity. I've been able to pick up these alpha waves even during periods of concentrated mental activity.
And regardless, I broke no law.
You are not to conduct your experiments while driving in traffic. Is that clear?
But, Judge, that's interference with the freedom of scientific inquiry.
Well,
A month ago, you were arrested for the illegal use of a siren on a motor vehicle. Did it sound like a siren?
Yes, sir, exactly.
Then in the eyes and the ears... what was a siren?
stop helping, Annette. Stop helping.
Stop for
And secondly, it was much more attractive than the dirty old black stuff. And thirdly,
That'll do.
You are not helping.
I remember it was,
Turn the switch off.
He's very familiar looking. I know I've seen him in other things. Probably other Medville comedies. He is killing himself. Help him. Ooh, that's disturbing.
I've had some screwy students in my time, but this kid's got 'em all beat.
Oh, it's one of those.
I'm not screwy, sir. I'm just inquisitive.
But I didn't say it. I thought it.
But I heard it.
There, you did it again.
What? How could that have happened? Wait a minute.
You just broke your brain. You broke your brain.
I wouldn't tell anyone about this phenomenon.
Not even Jennifer?
Especially not Jennifer.
Wacky hijinks ensue.
1849 said, I'd give anything for a hot fudge sundae.
Girl, same.
That's it. I can borrow 10 from him and...
This guy's got like extra teeth.
I'll owe him 20.
As soon as my mustache grows in, I'll look older. And they'll start taking me seriously around here.
Otherwise, I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all. It's a good thing that he can turn it off and be selective with who he's hearing, so he's not just hearing everything at once. Oh, there we go.
What is it, Merlin? Johnny.
Annette's hair always kind of looks like she slept on one side and then it's all poofy on the other. That it's supposed to be even, but it's not.
You are a creep. Why, you...
The music in the background is great. I love it.
Boy, I'd love for him to order a nice hot bowl of soup. Oops, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Gee, I'm sorry.
Don't take it so hard, Merlin. It's only for 10 days.
Also, that's assault.
I don't like you waiting on the judge's table.
Why not?
Because you're so angry at him. I'm afraid you're going to do something foolish like spilling the soup all over him.
Like doing what you just said you wanted to do.
The trouble is, each crime I commit has to be bigger than the one before.
Oh boy.
But if murder is the only way to safeguard the stolen
Oh,
diamond,
good lord.
then murder it will be. Because an attitude of resentment against the law could only lead to further trouble.
Ooh. This has got heavy.
Okay, where do we find this one-man crime wave?
In the courthouse.
I've never noticed how much Tommy Kirk either resembles or his mannerisms are very much like Dean Jones, who was also a big Disney actor of the time.
All the same, I wouldn't mind having something on that old goat.
You investigate him, and you'll have plenty on that old goat.
You gotta get better at this, man.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't think I'm just making this up to try and get even with the judge. I'm telling you the truth.
Get out of here before I book you.
Ooh.
You guys got the wrong idea.
I mean, for a smart guy, that was pretty dumb to just be like, I'm gonna go rat on a judge, and they'll of course believe me, with no proof whatsoever.
Well, if that's the way you feel about me, Merlin Jones,
Oh, sit down, will you? I'm not...
Just shut up, sit down.
I can hear people's thoughts.
Merlin, no one can hear another person's thoughts. I don't believe you. You're just...
There's a very easy way to test this.
Merlin. I believe you now. It's fantastic. Judge Holmesby. That is ridiculous.
I overheard him thinking about crimes he's been involved in and a murder he's planning.
Murder? Merlin, are you sure?
Her eyebrows are great. Just as a gay man, I need to point that out. Her eyebrows are great.
Hey, you take these, huh? You're supposed to be the helper.
Merlin!
Thankfully, he had all that stuff just lying around.
Now look, this faucet's been dripping like a Chinese torture for 2 months.
No.
With the judge saying every night, tomorrow I'll call the plumber.
What are you looking for?
Merlin, what am I searching for?
Thank you.
Evidence. Money that could be traced to the payroll robbery. Diamonds, things like that.
Oh,
Yeah, just diamonds, loose diamonds, in a drawer.
From now on, I'm relentless. I won't leave a private thought in Judge Holmesby's head.
Bring me a plate of peach pits.
Yes, sir.
Peach pits.
I'll split them in half, scoop out the insides, and place a diamond in each one. I'll try it this afternoon as soon as I get home.
That seems very complicated.
We think this fellow's one of the men that held up the Midville Bank and killed a guard.
Jeez.
We don't have any real evidence, though. When we...
Disney movie with murder. I mean, a lot of Disney movies have murder, but like, I don't know. It just seems extreme.
The West Haven police just picked up a man named
Lipton.
Lipton said you were the one who shot that bank guard and that you threw the gun into the river.
He's lying. Lipton's a dirty rat.
We won't need that thing anymore, Connor.
We got Merlin.
We have something better.
There you go.
I demonstrated it to you.
No, that's right, you did. And it was a good trick. Very clever.
Trick?
Good trick. I just literally solved a murder that you said you had no leads on.
Listen, kid, you'd better behave yourself, or the first thing you know, we'll pull you in.
Me? You don't have anything on me.
That plumber bit you told us about, that's illegal entry.
Back to solving the case on your own. Thank goodness her hair and makeup is fully done for the heist.
Once I got the idea for concealing the diamonds, the book practically wrote itself. I finished it in no time at all.
Thank goodness it's over with, and you're through being Lex Fortis for a while.
Oh, boy.
From now on, I'm genial Judge Holmesby.
That's very clever.
In manner, gentle in spirit.
He's using a pen name, writing under a different name.
Never mind that. Now we're looking for diamonds.
You really need to put them back up when they're done.
Well, I don't mind getting you out of the house for a while, giving you a chance to straighten up in here.
Gotta love a wisecracking maid.
Look.
Merlin, that's wonderful.
If you have weapons, drop them. Raise your hands above your head. Get yourselves up peacefully and
Merlin Jones. This young fella got himself electrified in some way, so he can tune in onto what you're...
Just in some way.
Judge, I've read every one of your books. I can hardly wait for the next one to come out.
Thank you, young lady.
You're under arrest.
And I'm prepared to be a little more reasonable in the future if...
If what?
If the police will agree to keep the fact that I'm Lex Fortis a secret.
It's a deal. Right, Hutchins?
Right.
I promise.
Oh, and also execute these two. Hey, remember me? I destroyed your house.
You said you were the victim of circumstantial evidence. Well, recently this court has seen how deceptive circumstantial evidence can be. Therefore, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and restoring your license.
However, you owe me for my entire rose garden.
I'll remember that, sir. Never again.
How do you turn it off, though? They're very cute together. Their chemistry is fun.
First, I want to assure you that this experiment will be absolutely harmless to you, and in fact will be rather pleasant.
Yes, sir.
Look at me, please.
Already not pleasant.
Your entire body will begin to feel pleasantly heavy. Pleasantly heavy. Your eyes are very heavy now. You can't keep them open.
Ugh, these close-ups aren't doing anyone favors.
You will hear nothing but my voice. Well, it seems to have awakened most of you.
I have tinnitus now, but that's fine. It's just... Back in the days when you could fire a gun in school, I guess, and it wasn't a big deal.
Merlin, I know you're not a drinker, but this is an experiment. We want to test the effect of whiskey on a non-drinker like yourself.
Annette is not having it.
Merlin, on your way to your seat, I want you to kiss the first pretty girl you see.
Yes, sir.
Uh-oh. Oh, times have changed. Like, that's very uncomfortable. She's clearly fighting him off. And why are you mad at him?
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. But if you find brassy blonde so attractive, why waste your time with me?
Go on, this is very interesting.
Not to me.
What command was I given?
You were told to kiss the first pretty girl you saw, and you walked right to Carol.
Doesn't mean anything.
It does. It means that your taste runs to obvious blondes.
No, it doesn't. It means I was told to kiss the first pretty girl I saw, not the prettiest.
You can skip the flattery, Merlin. You're not the type.
That's what's so interesting about all this.
What is?
Like her staging in this scene is turn away, turn back, turn away, turn back.
And your eyes are getting heavy. You can hardly keep them open.
cat. You are now in a hypnotic trance.
And you understand English.
It worked! It worked!
It's weird that we've abandoned the whole mind reading thing to just go straight into hypnosis. Like, okay, we're done with that. Let's move on to the next thing. I thought the whole movie would be that. It's almost like two segments of a series, maybe. Like, the thing with the judge is over now. Okay, let's move on to the next series. Or the next episode.
Look into my eyes, Stanley. Your entire body is growing very, very relaxed and sleepy. Very sleepy.
Ooh, it's working on me.
Your eyes are getting heavy now. So don't let Norman push you around anymore.
You've spoiled that monkey. Chip! Now I'm going to unspoil him.
Let's not resort to violence.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, shit.
You all right, Norman?
This guy has ended up on the floor in every scene.
Well, that's it. Man has a monopoly on thinking. Now, Your Honor, if we could develop a race of super chimps that could give man competition in the brain department, that would result in everybody.
That would result in the Planet of the Apes.
Mr. Jones, I would like to speak to you in private. Could you drop by my home for a minute tonight?
Sure, Your Honor.
If I do this, the whole room doesn't hear me.
Our little session in court today gave me an idea for a plot about a highly respected member of a community who commits crimes while under the influence of hypnosis. Now, I want the entire thing to be absolutely realistic.
Then I'm afraid it's no good, sir.
What do you mean it's no good?
I only meant that it wasn't.
You can't get them to override their own morals.
Disagree. An honest man can't be hypnotized into committing a crime.
But if he's under orders of
There
the
you go.
hypnotist,
A person under hypnosis will not do anything to violate his own moral code.
you hypnotize me and try to get me to commit a crime. All right, shall we begin?
And since I'm in a position of power, I'll get away with it.
Now your eyes are feeling sleepy. Very heavy. You can hardly keep them open.
Now's when you have some real fun. Okay, take off your pants and run through the streets. It's a weird thing to notice, but because there's so many close-ups, like really close-ups, everyone looks very greasy in this movie. Everyone looks very shiny.
You will walk to the campus of Midvale College, and you will enter the psychology department. And there you will steal Stanley the chimpanzee.
Yes.
Fine.
So a little white crime is breaking and entering, theft.
What took you so long?
I hypnotized the judge.
Oh, I made him a zombie.
And why is he sneaking around like that?
Maybe we had better follow him.
Yeah, you screwed up. So he hypnotized the chimp to stand up for his rights. So that hasn't ended. So he may find that the judge is getting attacked.
Chimpanzee? I don't know anything about any chimpanzee.
All right, Judge. Hand it
This movie is just filled with crime. It's just crime after crime. Aww. Chimpanzees are so cute. Dangerous as they get older, but they're adorable.
I knew it, I knew it. He couldn't leave that monkey alone. As soon as the watchman told me Stanley had been stolen, I knew who did it.
Merlin. You look so terrible with your prison pallor.
Oh, don't be silly, Jen. I've only been here overnight.
I feel like she needs to find another guy.
I didn't know you'd fallen into the clutches of the law.
Don't worry.
The clutches of the law.
Now, the problem is to make the judge remember that he was the one who stole the chimp.
But why can't we just tell him?
He wouldn't believe me.
I think he might believe you at this point. You've read his mind. You've hypnotized people in front of him.
At a little after 9:30.
This is like the 5th time he's been in front of this judge in this movie. He needs to be in jail. He's a danger.
Will you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that the statement you are about...
Are you out of your mind? We do not swear in animals. I want it distinctly understood that I will not tolerate any monkey business in this courtroom.
He's a chimpanzee.
Monkey business.
I think, Your Honor, that I've shown conclusively that that man has mistreated this animal.
I think you have too. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's not fair. Merlin didn't steal the chimp. You did, Your Honor.
That will be enough.
It was
Jenny,
only an
this is
experiment in
contempt of
hypnosis, and
law.
Merlin
Come
was
with me.
trying to help by returning the
Outside.
chimp.
Did I really steal it?
Well, sir, yes, you did.
But what about the theory that honest men can't be hypnotized into committing crimes?
Well, there are two possibilities. Either the theory has been proven incorrect, or...
You're not an honest man. Good Lord, this man is a danger. Whether or not he's fun or he's a Disney star or whatever, he's a danger. So that was The Misadventures of Merlin Jones. It was fine. It was cute and clever and kind of instantly forgettable. It's funny, the whole reason I wanted to watch it, or the whole reason I chose to watch it, was because I wanted to watch The Monkey's Uncle, which I didn't realize was a sequel to this movie, so I'm going to watch that next. But yeah, it was fine. It was just, it felt like two different episodes or two short stories kind of thrown together into one film. Because the whole first half of the film being about him getting electrocuted and being able to read minds and whatnot, and then it just and the judge being a criminal mastermind, all of that went completely away, and then suddenly we were focusing on hypnosis and the chimpanzee and all of that. And yes, the same characters were involved, but it was a completely different plot for the second half of the film. Not as many familiar faces in this one. I definitely recognized the teacher. I don't remember what I know him from, but it's definitely a Disney film. I'm going to look up who that was, because that's going to bother me. Okay, so the teacher was Alan Hewitt, and I knew he looked familiar, and there's a reason for it. He's in 3 other Disney films. He's in The Absent-Minded Professor, he's in The Barefoot Executive, and he's in The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. So he's in the Midvale, universe as, I guess, a teacher. So Norman Grabowski, who played Norman in the film, the kind of beefy lug nut of a guy, he was 31 when this movie was made, so he's a little old for a college student. Maybe he was held back quite a bit. I thought Tommy Kirk was fine. I thought Annette was fine. Their chemistry was really cute. They work well together. I mean, at that point, they had to have known each other for years because they both grew up on the Disney lot. So they've known each other at this point for half of their lives at least. So the chemistry is understandable. A lot of the shots were really unflattering, especially during the hypnosis scenes when they were super close. They all looked very greasy. Their faces, the close-ups were not flattering. I don't think Disney started this, but it definitely kind of carries over into Annette's beach blanket bingo type movies where it's the same characters over and over again, or the same universe over and over again, where characters are popping in and out who make appearances or even cameos of oh, that's the guy from the first movie. So that feels like that's kind of happening with the Midvale movies. In that, that teacher is clearly in a couple of them, and it kind of weaves in and out of. I'm assuming they're kind of all. This is all supposed to be happening around the same time at the same school, so that school's pretty hectic and got a really good science department because they're doing all kinds of stuff. But overall, it's very much a blueprint of a '60s Disney film, and obviously the Midvale universe kind of encompassed this same kind of plot over and over again of oh, something went wrong and now I have incredible strength, or I can read minds, or what have you. So it's kind of paint by numbers, but also still charming and fun enough to watch. It's an hour and a half. It's not going to ruin your day if you watch it, but it's not one that I would run right out and try to see. I am looking forward to seeing The Monkey's Uncle, mainly because I like the song. But we'll see how that one goes. We're going to watch that one next. I'm going to stop talking now because my voice is going, as we can hear. I don't feel sick, but I don't know why I can't talk anymore. Please like and subscribe. We'll be doing some more deep diving soon, and see you real soon.